Good morning. I'm Steve with Alaska Volkswagen Adventures. Welcome to Alaska. It's October now. It's getting cold. Ground's starting to freeze a little bit. It was a little frosty this morning, not too bad. This is where I camped out last night. It was a little brisk. I got here late last night, so I just did a little camping. And let me see. Got the mountains here right behind me. Got the mountains up here on the hillside. And I found a little back road along the side of the road here and drove down it a ways, found a pretty nice spot to camp. So this is where I camped. Today I'm gonna do a little prospecting, I think. I don't have too many days of above freezing left here in Alaska, so figured I'd get out one or two more times before it freezes up and the creeks become unmineable. And I'll go see if we can find some gold. Take you along with me. Ice on the mud puddles. Well, if anybody's wondering how cold it is, that's termination dust, or the first snow on the mountains. This is what it's like to get through the brush where I'm going. You gotta weave through all these little alder patches, and I'm gonna hike up this valley, so I'm gonna shut the camera off and put it down in my bag so I can get through all this. But that's where I'm headed, is up this valley. It's a pretty good hike up there, so I'll show you when I get a little further up. Well, we made it down here. As you can see, it's pretty brushy back here. I'm all hot and sweaty from hiking up this canyon. I don't think I'm going to go any farther. Looks like a pretty decent spot, so I'll give this a shot. I got stream sluice all set up right here. It's the Gold Hog Mini. So I'll give this a shot. I'll get the sled out of the way and see if I can dig some gravel out of here. Well, it's time to dig. Hopefully you can hear me. I got my mic on my shirt. This is not the easiest digging on the planet, I can tell you that. I'm going to classify this down to a 1/2 inch. The stream's moving fast enough, I should be able to get that to work. That was a blank. All right, I'll classify that real quick. Feeding real well. Took forever to dig this bucket. That is some tough digging through all those boulders. Here I get a little feed in it. See how fast it exchanges down there. The gold's heavier than anything in there, so it automatically settles out in the bottom of those ripples. Sitting here taking a little break, and I noticed there was ice forming on all the little sticks around the water. So yeah, it's pretty chilly. Not gonna lie on that one. My fingers are pretty cold. But we're finding a little bit of color, not much. This is pretty rough digging though. Been at it a few hours now. Starting to show a little gold. You can see it right here. A little bit over here. There's a little bit up in this upper groove. I'm sure there's some down here under this black sand. Well, that's a good sign. It's starting to show a little bit of gold. You can see it in the water. There's usually a lot more down in this sand underneath all the black sands. That's good. That's encouraging. I've only been at it for about 2.5 hours. So after about 6 buckets of classified material, that's all the concentrates. About maybe a cup and a half. And this is all the stuff I brought with me. I got a sled right there. This is the creek. That's what it looks like when I'm done. It's all cleaned up. I gotta hike through that mess right there. It looks just like this. Back down to the road and get back in my Volkswagen. There's the old Vanagon. I pulled over for a few minutes just to take a walk and see some sights. I already went down there. Everything's overgrown right now. You can't see anything. But I figured I'd show the synchro anyhow. It's getting dirty. Whole bunch of off-road adventures this time. Show a little scenery. A little termination dust up there on top of the mountains. And a sexy Vanagon. Hopefully the GoPro shows it, but there's termination dust up there on the mountain. There's termination dust over on that one too. There's the old termination dust up on the mountains. Means winter is fast approaching. Pull forward. There we go. Tops are turning white. I don't think I'm quite ready for winter yet. Just got home. This is all the concentrates that are left out of 6 5-gallon buckets of classified material. This is what I ran through the stream sluice. So this is all that's left. So I'll pan this out real quick. We'll see what we found. You gotta stratify everything, get all the gold to settle to the bottom, and then you just kind of wash it off and let the gravity do the work. I got a little jet dry in there, so if you see bubbles, that's why there's bubbles. Gold will actually float on the tension of the water. It's a weird thing. You wouldn't think it would, especially as heavy as it is, but it floats right on top of the water. And the soap actually helps break the tension on the water so it won't float. Wow, there's quite a bit of gold in there. A lot more than I expected for sure. We're getting down to the heavies now. I have no idea where my magnet is. I've got a magnet that takes all the iron out of there. I don't know where I hid it from myself. This is all really heavy stuff. Everything that's left in here. What are you doing, old bear dog? You don't push it out, you just let it do its thing. Well, there's color starting to show up. Here are these rocks. Got a piece of silver or something. It might just be some gold that's covered in something. A little bit of gold traveled a little bit. Now I will get rid of this. What, Mr. Sniffer? Oh, it's a piece of lead. That's what that was. Just pulling the black sand out of there. That's quite a bit more than we got the other day. Of course, we ran a lot, or I ran a lot more today than we did the other day. I only ran about 1.5 buckets, and today I ran 6. It was definitely chilly. I'll try to get up there and do a little light dredge work if possible. Be careful, I was trying to wash some gold away. Yeah, quite a bit of gold actually. I wasn't paying attention apparently. This is not big gold, but I also was only just barely getting into the pay layer too. Bear. Alright, I'll bring you down and show you what we got here. Hopefully this is focusing. There's a little bit there, not a whole bunch, but for the amount that I processed, that's really not too bad in an area I have never actually prospected, so kind of looking forward to going back in there. There's a little bit washed down here, but more for the pile. And here I'm gonna try to get all the gold out of the bottle here. No, Bear. It's got soap in it, Bear. You won't like it. Now you can see the gold in the bottom of the tray. You just get rid of the water. I don't see any mercury. That's a good thing. Now, I just take a torch. You evaporate the water. Try not to leave your fingerprints on it, as I've done before. Oh, that's getting warm. Probably should get some gloves. I'm not sure where I hit them this time. That is how you dry gold, the easy way. Try to get a better angle on it. I'll just put it in a vial. And I'll show you from there once that cools down. Here's a brand new vial. So I'll be dumping the gold into there in just a second. Looks like that's all of it. Looks like all my neighbors got here all at once. That's not exactly the best view here. Put it over some black. There's a little bit in there, not a whole bunch. But it was free. And it accumulates over time. Well, thanks for coming along on a little gold hunt. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Thanks for all you new subscribers. And stand by, there's a lot more of content coming. I'm just starting to get out again. So anyhow, take care everybody.